Hello and welcome. I am Cindershadow, and today we're going to talk about the Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of people that have things to say about this. I don't have much to say personally. I've watched the trailer. I thought the trailer was very meh. I thought it's diving into part of the show that doesn't really, that no one cares about, no one knows about much of the story. It looks like it's all when the rings of power were made and all these other things, which whatever. If you want to go that far back into the story, then so be it. With the initial rise of Sauron, I guess that'll be its own sort of story, and then it's its own story in and itself. But today we're gonna dive in. I got a couple articles, and then we're gonna look at some of the trailer. Like, I've already watched the trailer. I literally went, it doesn't really look that interesting. The visual effects of some of the scenery is nice, but you can see that anywhere. But it didn't leave me wanting to watch the show. It just left me going, this looks like it's been said and done. The articles, well, I'll go over a couple here. But before I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video where you can, because your help helps build this channel and it helps grow as much as we can. After attacking fans, there is also a part of it here where the gamer features editor Ben Sledge accuses Lord of the Rings creator J.J.R. Tolkien of using anti-Semitic stereotypes and calls fans racist. I don't even care about that, because we saw what it did with the protests that are going on in Canada right now. You call everyone out racist, and everyone gets offended and goes absolutely crazy when it comes to this stuff, in all rights, because no one is that. This is being able to demonize and make your fans now the worst part of the fandom. It doesn't plead your case, and it makes it really bad to continue going that. That said, after attacking friends, Amazon Studios first, the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power trailer gets roasted on YouTube with quote attributed to J.J.R.R. Tolkien. And there's a well-known quote in that Tolkien has done. Oh, where are we here? Polish, English, Russian, and the Lord of the Rings fans from across the world repeated the phrase, "Evil cannot create anything new. It can only distort and destroy that was invented or created by the forces of good." And that is what we're seeing in all fandoms right now. We're seeing this across the board. And this is part of the reason why I myself am trying to be a voice for pulp culture, trying to be a voice to stand up and say, listen, this isn't who we really are. Everyone demonizing and labeling people, who does it help? It doesn't help anyone. It creates divide. It creates propaganda. Does it create buzz about your show? Is this the new way that you create buzz about your movie, is to demonize a subsection of your fans? No. Maybe a lot of cases, especially with what's going on right now in today's world event, where people just want to be able to talk normally to everyone else. But we see this, I've seen this get repeated a bunch of times. You can see here, they've screen grabbed a bunch of stuff here where it's repeating the same thing over and over. Evil cannot create anything new, it can only corrupt. And that is what we've seen time and time and time again. I personally don't have any real issues with the way this movie looks, but the way they're going about it to try and drum up this hate clicks, and this is something that we've seen for far too long, and why there's a lot of people like myself standing up and saying, stop doing it. We don't want to listen to to the negative comment on the toxicity that we have seen in journalism and in medias and stuff like that, that continues to perpetuate a negative effect on moviegoers, and it knocks the fans down. Personally, if you don't like watching any of it, don't do it. Just stop paying attention to any of it. I do it because it's part of the channel. I do it to talk to you guys, to talk and say, listen, these guys are doing this. I don't know if they really should, but I have more of a pressing thing that I am finding very, very odd with this trailer. Now, fans are roasting it. The trailer's getting ratioed, sort of. And why do I say sort of? Well, the trailer's been released on many different versions of the Amazon Prime Video account. It seems that they have one for India, one for the UK, one for Canada, one for here, one for there, and then it gets all these views, right? And collectively, these views don't stack up for one video. It's just where they're being viewed around the world. And you can see, I believe this is the Canadian version of the Prime Video, which only has 672,000 views on it. And the ratio you can see here is 784 versus 533. That is an extremely low number. This is just over 1,000. What would that be? 7 plus 5. About 1,300 people have rated this video in Canada out of 672,000 that have watched the video. There was this many people that decided to click the like or dislike button. Now, a lot of people are watching on mobile, and on mobile it's not as easy to do that. And the 784, of course, is done by a plugin, and the plugin is a estimated number, so it's not a true number. However, it is relatively pushing the idea of what it would be. Then this is the UK version. In the UK version, 3.8 million views on it right now. And once again, you've got 40,000 likes or dislikes altogether, which is a little bit more higher, but I've seen videos in the millions that get like 100,000 reactions to it. It's got over almost 10,000 comments. So to me, that's a little bit more normal, right? So this is 24K to 16K, and it looks like they have almost exact numbers here. I don't know how the plugin works. It is shown in the backlogs of YouTube, and literally YouTube just has put a dislike on it, but it is relatively just a estimate on it as well. And then we get the Amazon Prime Video India. This one I find very odd. 10.2 million views in India. There's a lot of people in India. I'm not surprised. Their Amazon account is also 7.62 million members. Or subscribers. That's a giant amount in there. There's just so many more bodies in India. But then they've only got 10,000 roughly likes and dislikes altogether. And this is saying 5.7K dislikes to 5.2K likes, which is relatively split across the board. And that was very similar to what we saw here. This is a little bit more one-sided to the other. And then you get this one here, which is 666,304. I don't even know where this one is. This one is no, this is the same one as before. That's the Canadian one. And then I believe this is the American version of the site, which has 10 million views, 1.32 million subscribers, but suddenly it is completely flipped the other way, where it's 70,000 likes to 32,000 dislikes, 100,000 interactions altogether, and 43,000 comments. This is going to be relatively a lot closer ultimately when it comes down to it. Now, 500 comments on that one, 2,000 comments on that one with 10 million views from India. Do I believe that? I'm not entirely sure. And once again, things are being spoken about and ratioed and talked about. You don't see the dislikes on comments, but you do see a lot of the upvotes and a lot of the stuff. And once again, you see the same thing going on again. And it seems like, I'm not entirely sure if this is a bot campaign or what, but you see the same comments over and over and over again. It's the exact same comments. And if this is the American site, I don't even know if this is the American site. It's very strange that all of that comments are in the exact same thing. So is this a band of trolls? Is this a band of people rising up to try and tell Amazon that their movie is good or their teaser is horrible? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know where this really lands yet. Am I excited to see this? I'm meh. I don't really have a say in the video, just other than there was a couple nice visual scenes, but everything didn't really tell a good story. You can see what looks like a hobbit hand and a human hand. I mean, sure, if you guys are up for these types of things, do watch it. As you can see, I've been following along with a lot of other things in the space right now, just because I am in Canada and watching things roll along with that. What do you guys think? What did you think of the video or of the trailer? Myself, I thought it was a meh. I wasn't impressed by it, but I wasn't unimpressed by it. It's not something that I'm sitting here going to write home at and I'm going to rush out to see it, but we'll have to wait to see. It's a teaser trailer. It doesn't really tell you the fair story, and hopefully we get a full-length trailer here soon so people can have something that actually is tangible to make a place to. It's just very interesting to see how they've put this up on very many different websites or very many different platforms in that sense under the same names, and just the telling of the way it is around the world is quite different from one place to the other. So we'll have to wait to see how this lands and where this lands. Until next time, you guys take care. This is Proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. Have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.